Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I've recently been doing my makeup with the products that have been feeling the most special and exciting to me recently. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to title today's video, but something along those lines. A portion of today's video is also kindly sponsored by FLORASIS, so a big thank you to them. It means so much to me. FLORASIS is a Chinese makeup brand that has been really catching my eye recently, and you would have seen a couple of their products here and there on my channel the last month. They have one of the most beautiful brand aesthetics I have ever seen. I just love how much heritage and tradition they infuse into their products, but the formulas themselves are very high quality and they feel quite modern. This brand is definitely for the makeup lover. Their products are just gorgeous through and through, and they offer you the most beautiful makeup experience from your first welcome, from the unit carton to the packaging to the actual formulas to the designs on the actual products. It's insane and I've never seen anything like it. So before I get to applying the makeup, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get to it. For my primer, I'm going to take some of my e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. Just need a nice hydrating blurring base. This one has been such a favorite for so long. And for my foundation, I'm going to give the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation another shot. I don't have a foundation that I've been reaching for on the everyday consistently right now. I've been really making my rounds with them. Is that dirty? I've been rotating through my foundations quite well recently. It's either been the LYS foundation, the Undone Beauty Matte Tint, or the L'Oreal True Match Tinted Serum. I think that's the name. But anyways, going to be using this one in the shade 4 Neutral. So since I don't have a go-to, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to test this one out again. And I'm just using this NARS brush, which doesn't have a name. For my concealer now, I'm going to be using my LANCôME All Over Concealer, of course. I'm still so obsessed with this concealer, I can't even tell you. I'm using the shade 250 Bisque W, and I really wanted to see what this looked like with the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, and yes, that is definitely an excuse to use it. It's just quick and simple, and it blurs the under eye, and it wears very thinly under there, and it's very long wearing. It just has all of the qualities I feel like I was looking for in a concealer for so long, and now that I found it, none of my other concealers exist. I'm just in that phase right now. Will it ever end? Who knows? For my powder today, I'm going to be using my LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm using the shade Resilience. And I'm going to use this under my eyes as well as all over the face. And I am going to set my face immediately right now. I'm not going to wait because I'm not going to be using any cream products in a bit. I washed all of my brushes yesterday. It's always the best feeling when you do your makeup for the first time after washing them. Although it's like a weekly thing, it's just always such a good feeling. So happy to go in with these fresh brushes. This is a Moda Balm 125 brush. This powder here is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush one or the Kosas one, without any fine light reflecting pigments or anything. It's just flat matte, but it's super blurring, and it's great for oily skin. For my bronzer, I'm going to be using my Glowish by Huda Beauty bronzer. I feel like I said that weird. I'm going to be using my Glowish bronzer in the shade 02 Medium. I just love this one. It just always looks perfect, and I like how it is quite light reflecting without having any like glitters or visible pearls. It just gives such a nice skin-like appearance. Okay, well, I packed it on my brush there a little too much, but don't fret, it blurs away very easily. Blends away. Blurs and blends away. Help. This is my Moda blending fan brush. You can only get this one in a kit of 4 brushes, I believe, which all the other ones are really good as well, but this is definitely the star of the show for me. It's such a good bronzer brush. Just gets the job done fast and beautifully. I posted my November and December roundup today, so I was reading a couple of the comments just now, and some of you who speak Spanish have been saying that I pronounced the Melt palette pretty well with a little French twist on it, which is making me giggle, and it reminded me of this one time I was on a trip in Mexico and I was hitting the hard iced teas a little bit too hard, and I thought I was picking up Spanish really, really well that trip, which I was, but I think I let it slip a little bit, and I was talking to a bartender and I thought I was speaking just perfect Spanish, and it turns out I was just speaking complete French to this poor man. He's like, hello, crazy woman? Don't know what you're saying. Now for highlighter, I wanted to use my ILIA one because I feel like I put this one on the back burner for a while, and I used it this week and it was so pretty, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry for putting you in a corner. I'm going to be using my Moda Pro Glow blush brush. I always do that. I hit it a little hard on this side. I'm just going to try to take it down a touch with my beauty blender that has a touch of concealer. Then it looks more sunken in. And you can also revisit your bronzer brush again and just go like this, and it'll kind of floof it away nicely. Now it's blush time, and you guys know blush is very interchangeable for me on the everyday. It just depends on my mood, and today I'm in a very indecisive mood, so I've just been looking at my blush collection like this for like 10 minutes, not even kidding. But I decided on using this again, the Patrick Ta blush palette, and I'm going to be using this shade over here. I think I'm just going to be using the cream today. I just want like a sheer amount of blush. Since I'm a bit paler right now, I like adding the 2 layers is far too much for my skin tone. And I'm just gonna tap it on my palm here. I'm just gonna pat it on with my angled blush brush. And someone actually found a brush that's quite similar to this, but it's a Sephora collection one, so I'll link it down below. So whoever that was, I'm so sorry I forgot your username. I feel like a terrible flibberty gibbet, but thank you so much for sending that to me. So sweet. Sorry for being a no good human. So now I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows and eye primer off camera, so please enjoy the brow intermission. I did groceries today and I got these. It's like, you're coming home with me today. Yep. But there's something off with these ones. They don't taste as sexy anymore. Why is that? So now moving on to eyes. I keep it pretty simple these days. I have these 3 products that I'm going to be going in with. So I did repress my Pat McGrath Statuesque Shadow for the 2nd time. How long is this going to last? I don't know. Put your bets in the comments. But I'm going to start off with adding a bit of that color into the crease. And I'm not going to follow the curve of my eye here. I'm gonna flick out the shadow straight out. So now I'm going to be going in with this really fun pencil from NABLA. It's the Cupid's Arrow in the shade number 5. I didn't even know I had this. I was getting ready to go out with the girls and I spotted this in my collection and it felt like I've never seen it before. I don't know why, but it's just such a nice soft brown pencil. I thought it reminded me of the Makeup by Mario soft brown, but just a way softer version of it. I just picked it up. I'll swatch it next to it so you can see what I mean. It's way softer than Makeup by Mario, but it's so pretty nonetheless. I love this formula. It's really easy to work with. You can use it on the lips and eyes, but this color was just so beautiful, and I created a really cute little eyeliner, and it was really soft but flattering. So that's what I'm going to be doing today because I feel like this is going to be a big favorite of mine. I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Brush here. It was part of the Jen Atkin collection, and I really like bringing my eyeliners kind of flat out. And this is a great formula to do so many things on the eyes. You can use it to create sharp eyeliners like I'm going to be doing today. You can smoke it out really easily. You can use it as an all-over cream shadow as well. I'm just switching my brushes to this Anastasia A28 brush, but I'm going to just create a fine little line across my lash. And I'm also going to create an inner corner detail with this because I thought it was cute. And then I'm grabbing my ILIA powder highlight again to do my inner corner highlight. And I'm using this little funny brush. This is a e.l.f. Small Precision. And I'm going to highlight my inner corner like I did in my clean look video. I'm gonna highlight in this nook. So I basically shove it in there and I flick it upwards. And then I take a little bit on my inner corner on the lower part. And lastly, I'm taking a bit of my LYS setting powder again, and I'm just gonna set where I don't have any shadow, just so that my eye primer doesn't wiggle around. And it also brightens up my lid a bit. So here are both eyes lined up, and now for my mascara, I'm going to be using the brown ColourPop Level Up Lengthening Mascara. Oh, not very lengthening. I feel like the mascara didn't even reach the tips of my lashes. But it gives like a nice softer look than black. I'm just gonna wait for those to dry off so I can flick them off. And here are the eyes complete. I feel very sexy whenever I have this kind of liner on. And I like how it's a very subdued version compared to like a deeper brown or black. But now let's move on to lips. So for my lips, I have these two versions from FLORASIS. So I have the Love Locks as well as the porcelain lipsticks. The porcelain ones I use more often because it's such a fun twist on a classic bullet lipstick. So yes, they're actually encased in porcelain, and there's such a pretty soft design on the tubes themselves. It's like a nice embossed, like viney floral detail. And porcelain is obviously such a huge importance to the Chinese culture. I have two shades in the porcelain lipsticks, so M303, which I'll swatch on the back of my hand here so you can see the colors. And I also have M304. So here they are. This one over here is M304 and this is M303. And I love both of these colors very much. I find them to be very similar. As you can see, there's just a little bit of difference in the depth. M303 is slightly darker. This formula is so beautiful. It gives a very powdery, soft, matte look to your lips, and it's very comfortable to wear as well. It's non-drying. And what's interesting, I actually just learned this recently, the shades of these ones are inspired by the shades of porcelain glazes, which is really cool. So now I'm going to be talking about the Love Lock ones, which are stunning and such a moment. So yes, these are inspired by traditional Chinese love locks. Traditionally, you would lock this up, throw away the key, and your love is locked in forever. So I think this is such a fun romantic moment. It's so cute. So what you do on one of the ends, you can see that there's this place that looks like you can shove a key into. You push that and the lipstick shoots out on the other side. I have this one from the Peacock collection. So this one has a peacock carved into it. So detailed. And this other one is newer to me. This is part of the Blooming collection, I believe. I haven't used this one yet. I just lightly swatched it, but it's a bit deeper. And this one has a beautiful kind of cherry blossom scene on it with two people. There's so much detail, it's breathtaking. And I'll swatch these two as well. So this one is the shade M1666. So it's a really nice dark wine shade. And this Peacock one is the shade M9420, which is that one right there, which is like a cranberry red. And this one has a misty matte finish. That's what they call it, which I really, really like that name, Misty Matte. I think I'm going to be using one of the porcelain shades. I think I'm gonna go in with M304. It's just so pretty. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer. Oh, I forgot to line my lips. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna leave that in the center there. It's not harming anything. I'm going to be using my Melt Cosmetics Cinnamon lip liner. This is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite lip liners. It's such a pretty, warm, kind of brick lip liner. I'll swatch it on the back of my hand so you can get a good idea. It's so pretty. See, it has kind of like a brick undertone. True cinnamon shade. Okay, here we go with the lipstick. So here's what it looks like full on, but I always like to rub some of it off so it looks kind of blotted. It's the perfect formula to do so because it kind of blurs out your lips as well. And here is the finished final look. I just love how this look makes me feel. I feel so pretty and put together and confident in this one. I love the softness of the eyes, and I like how it's more lip focused even though the lips are still blotted. I'm excited to hear what you guys think of today's look, and let me know if you're going to take away any of the techniques I used. That'd be awesome. But before I go, I just wanted to say another quick thank you to FLORASIS for sponsoring a portion of today's video. It means so much to me. It was so fun to work on this video with you guys. But that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of the products I used in today's video in the description down below, so feel free to check that out. And I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.